Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, puclpodcast.
It's Puckle! Puckle! It's Puckle! Puckle! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! Puckle! Puckle.
And welcome to the 407th episode of the Puckle Podcast. I am your co-host/host just for today, the Fluffiest Whimsicott, and I'm here with two other co-hosts, the wonderful and stylish Sublime.
Hello.
And the wonderful and knowledgeable Sigma.
Howdy.
As you may have heard before on the show, Puckle stands for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, which our fearless leader Thatch came up with when he was a tiny wee baby in high school. Puckle is a podcast, it's a community. We are welcoming you to the show and the community if you're new, and we are welcoming you back if you are old. We talk about everything Pokemon here, the anime, the video game, the trading card game, and crazy weird stuff like, I don't know, Pokemon Conquest, which is not actually weird, it's awesome.
So good.
Mm-hmm. So very good. So let's do what we always do in the intro to our show and ask each other, what have you been up to lately? You start, Sublime.
Oh my gosh. So my life has been crazy this past summer. I haven't been able to do a lot of Pokemon stuff necessarily because, since I was last on the show, I bought a house across the country, had to drive over 2,000 miles to get to that house, and am now painting the house. And my furniture is arriving in a couple of days. So I've just been really busy becoming a homeowner, and that's been my summer, and that has taken up all of my time.
Yeah, that is an adventure and a half.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I know from personal experience. Mine is the 2,000 miles.
Yeah.
And what about you, Sigma?
Lately I've just been playing a lot more Go since they added Unova, so that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, trying to find those starters and regionals.
Still need a Snivy.
I got a Snivy. That's the only starter I found, but it's really the only starter you need, so it's fine.
Yeah, Thatch and your Nuzlocke, you're doing fine.
I mean, it's, form over function, but yes, Snivy is all you need.
Yeah.
As for me, Pokemon Nothing, work, everything, and I've filled my tiny little bit of free time with actually trying to finish Fire Emblem Awakening. Yes, I'm still trying to finish that game.
Awakening, alright.
Yeah, really old stuff. Feel free to laugh at it.
No, that's okay.
It's
Awakening's a great game. Yeah.
It is. I'm nearing the end of the story, and let me tell you, the tension is real, and the hype is also very, very real. It's even, better than usual, because I played as female Robin, and I'm married Chrom, so the tension is to the extreme.
Yeah, hopefully you don't accidentally end up trying to do Priam's mission, and you'll be fine.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. I don't know what that means yet, but I will keep that in mind.
It's a free DLC little thing that unlocks once you get to the final map. And his is...
Yeah, you're gonna get 5 more characters right at the end.
Yeah, and his is dumb. I think there's 25 deployment slots and everyone dies. He has 50 guys. It's weird and it's dumb.
Just do the story, skip it.
Yeah, just do the story.
Scores, right?
Exactly, that's what I'm doing. I don't really care about the story anyway. So, I guess that is it. And we can move on over to the news. So someone will cue that epic music.
Coming to you live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
And we're back with the news. In the news, of course, the biggest news is that Sirfetch'd is actually a thing. The leak was right all along. Everyone laughed. And now the leaker is laughing back at us. But we're going to talk about Sirfetch'd later in the episode.
Yep. there's a big white duck in the room, and we're going to leave him there for like 20 minutes.
Yes.
We'll get to him.
As usual, our news segment is mostly going to be Pokemon Go stuff, because guess what? As announced last week, Unova is now out in Pokemon Go, the best generation.
Yeah, we're fast approaching the point where there will be more Pokemon on your phone for Pokemon Go than in Sword and Shield.
You just had to go and mention that, didn't you?
I mean, we're fast approaching the point.
Thatch put a quota on before he left. It's fine.
Well,
Quota reached.
as of right now, Whimsicott is not in Pokemon Go because Cotton is not out yet. She's coming soon.
It also doesn't use a Sunstone. It's so dumb.
Oh, don't.
It uses a Unova stone.
No, it doesn't.
Is...
It doesn't use either.
Does it just evolve?
It's just a 50 candy Pokemon.
Oh, that's so absurd because I thought the whole point of the Unova stone was for all Pokemon that used a stone.
Yeah, except for the one that uses the stone that's already in the game.
Oh
they just decided to not use either and move on.
That is so messed up.
Hopefully they change it, but it's like,
Weird.
yeah, it uses the Sunstone, but the Sunstone's in the game already, so I guess we can't use
That's a fair point. That's even funnier. That's even funnier. Yeah.
Okay. That is just awfully weird. But okay, we're gonna get over that.
Very Pokemon Go. Yeah.
Exactly. It's extremely Pokemon Go. In other Pokemon Go news, the next community day has been announced and it's going to be Trapinch, which we're all very excited about because Shiny Flygon is amazing. The community day is going to run on October the 12th. And Trapinch is going to, of course, be available shiny. It's going to spawn more. And it's also going to be found in 2 kilometers egg as opposed to 5 kilometer egg as it usually is.
Do we know what the move is yet?
No, we don't. There's a speculation I saw on Reddit that it's going to be Earth Power, but we don't know yet.
Could be Earth Power. Could be Draco Meteor if they want to go Dragon with it.
I hope they do Earth Power because we already have Draco Meteor.
Yeah, but how far away is Garchomp?
Yes.
So
anyway, in other Pokemon Go news, once Mewtwo finally leaves raids after the whole mess that happened this week, Giratina Altered Form, is going to come back to raids, and it's going to be possible to catch a shiny version of it. Another shiny that has recently become available in the game is Yanma, due to the Safari Zone event in Montreal. So Yanma is spawning more this weekend, but that's not gonna help you because you're gonna listen to this on Monday. But it's useful for you to know that Yanma can be available shiny in the game right now. So yes, you're gonna shiny check that one.
And that's a pretty shiny too. Lots of good shinies they're introducing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the blue shinies are coming. I
love it.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely love it. So there's 2 or 3 tiny bits of news that we can add on to our giant Pokemon Go segment. The first is, you may remember there's going to be a pop-up Pokemon Center in London from October the 18th to November 15th. And in a special section with a restricted access of that pop-up store, you're going to be able to play the Pokemon Sword and Shield demo that has been going round and round the world for the past few months. So if you're in the UK and you're dropping by London during that month, you might get a chance to play the demo. Another piece of news is, the Ultra Final Online competition. The very last Global Link competition on the 3DS. And it's a single battle competition using every single Pokemon. You can use duplicate items. You can use duplicate Pokemon, which essentially means you can have a team of, 6 Rayquazas.
6
and
Rayquaza,
you can make
that's what
one
you do.
Of them. I don't know.
I think it's 5 Mamoswine and a Rayquaza. You only need one.
For the other Rayquaza.
Yeah. You only need one Rayquaza. Let's be honest here. Maybe a Marshadow.
Yes. What's interesting is that the entrants get a shiny Tapu Koko, which was already distributed a while ago, just to let you know how useful this online competition is.
This is really useful because that means we can use our old Tapu Kokos now that Tapu Koko's losing its nature lock and everyone won't know you're running timid anymore.
Oh, that's right. It used to be locked to timid.
It's like, oh, it's a timid Tapu Koko. Okay. Now you can play that joke. It's like, I mean, it's still timid, but now
you might get him on and get someone on the count.
I suppose. Very last tidbit of news. The Pokemon Company have released a website called Dynamax Camera. You essentially upload photos on the smartphone and it gives you a Dynamax version of the photo, which is strange and I don't understand why it's necessary.
It's pretty cool if you check Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will not check Twitter because spoilers, but I'll trust you on that.
Yeah, you give a city landscape and they'll put a Dynamaxed Pokemon in there.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay, now
that's what it does.
Sense.
It's not for like personal photos. It's for like landscape photos usually.
That's so much better. Thank you, Sigma. So what this actually did for us is confirm that several Pokemon are in Sword and Shield, and one of them is Ribombee, and I'm a very happy girl.
Yeah, so that's happy about another one that was revealed too.
Do we know which ones were revealed? Because
there were only 3. It's the Sword and Shield line, Sableye, and Ribombee.
Okay.
Oh, wait. The Sword and Shield line, you mean
that one. Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
The line that is a literal Sword and Shield are in this game, unlike Solrock and Lunatone. We're in
exactly. Solrock and Lunatone are going to be feeling even worse now, but I'm really happy because it would have been ridiculous if they hadn't been in this game.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that is it for the news. So I think we can move over to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where today Whimsicott is going to try and make it so that her fellow co-host do not reach her total point in our trivia score.
I thought you were going to give your friends a leg up. Oh, I see.
Actually, well, there's one question that's really hard, but the others are really doable. So 50-50?
Okay, as long as it's a fair round, we'll have fun.
All right. I guess that's gonna be honest enough, and you're gonna have to use, as Thatch says, your insane Pokemon knowledge. So let's skip over there. And welcome to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where Thatch, usually, but today me, is gonna quiz the co-hosts on their innate, insane Pokemon knowledge. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I feel intrinsic.
Oh, of course you do. The rules are as follow. I'm gonna be asking my friends 5 questions. All of them are gonna be worth 1 point each, except one question that is gonna be worth at least 2 points, depending on how the game has been going up to that point. They're going to be able to use a hint, and if they decide not to use that hint is going to be worth an extra point if they got at least 1 point on all the 5 questions, which means they can get a total of 7 points today. Do you guys think you can do it?
Maybe not 7, but
we'll find out.
Okay.
If we get the average of 4, I think we'll be happy.
Okay, before we move on to the game, we really must mention that Puckle's Poke Quiz is brought to you by AnimeGravy.com, your one-stop shop for everything anime that is cool and awesome. They have prints, they have shirts, they have pins, and they're generally awesome people with awesome designs.
And they're like the best people.
Really.
Mm-hmm. Love them.
The best people. I love you guys. Okay, so let's move on to question number 1. I think this is easy. Which generation introduced the most abilities into the game?
So I'm thinking it's Gen 3.
The one that started abilities, probably?
I would guess.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Gen 3 is, of course, correct. See? I'm throwing you a softball here. It introduced 76 abilities. And the generation that had the least is, you can probably guess this, it's Generation 6. It only introduced 27 abilities.
I could have been seeing 6 or 7. Like,
I was gonna think 6 because I feel like now more and more they're giving every Pokemon its own unique ability.
yeah, but they also had the Ultra Beasts that all had the same ability. So it was a tough call. Mega's introduced a lot of new abilities too, like Aerialate and Pixelate.
That's a good point. Very fair.
Yeah. So, let's move on to question number 2. You guys are 1 for 1 as of now. Question number 2 is, which Pokemon type has the most Pokemon that evolve by evolutionary stones?
Ooh.
Oh my. By stones. I want to say normal.
It might be grass.
Because there's a lot of things.
There's a million grass evolutions. But
like, how many of them use stones, though?
Victory Bell, Oddish. Well, Gloom. But
Does that count as 2 or 1? Because it's the same one evolving.
I don't know.
So I'm thinking normal because you have everything. Well, I mean, actually, now I'm not thinking it because you lose some things when they added Fairy.
Yeah, you lost
that took away
Clefairy.
Clefairy.
Yeah.
But you'd still have Wigglytuff, Delcatty. Nope, no, I'm not thinking normal anymore. Never mind.
Yeah, it's
I rescind
between
my
normal and
suggestion.
grass for me. Because I don't think it's water. They stopped using waters.
Yeah, I feel like water stones haven't been a thing. I feel like the last water stone was Simipour.
Like, we still have Roselia that does it in later generations. We have
That's fair.
we have Whimsicott and Lilligant.
Whimsicott? Yeah, Whimsicott, Lilligant. I feel like grass is a good guess.
Yeah.
Because they don't always just use leaf stones, too. Like, you've got your sunstones, your shiny stones, your leaf stones, of course. But, like, the fact that they're using so many different kinds of stones probably
ups its
helps them
chances.
out.
Yeah. Well, then again, we do probably want to know whether it counts because Eevee Eevee only has 3 stone evolutions. So never mind about that.
Yeah.
So, can I get an answer, guys?
I think we're going grass.
Yeah, I'm happy with grass.
And you would be right to be happy because grass is in fact correct. There are 11 grass-type Pokemon that evolve via evolutionary stone, and as you mentioned, they use the leaf stone, the sunstone, the shiny stone, and one of them uses the water stone because it's Ludicolo.
Because it's Ludicolo.
I forgot about Ludicolo and Low-Leaf. Yeah, that would have pushed it way up.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of them. Okay, you guys are 2 for 2 now. Now it's time for the Pokédex entry question, provided by yours truly. This Pokédex entry is from Pokemon Emerald, and it says, the curled hair on its head proves its status as a king. It is said that the longer and curlier the hair, the more respect it earns from its peers.
Okay, so it's something that was in generations 1 through 3 that is king-like with curly hair.
That is an odd one.
Huh. Yeah. Could you repeat it again, Whimsicott?
Of course, the curled hair on its head proves its status as a king. It is said that the longer and curlier the hair, the more respect it earns from its peers.
Long and curly.
Like, if this was Gen 7, I'd go Mega Ampharos, but no, that has long curly hair, flowing locks. But I can't think of Gen 3 and lower Pokemon that have curly hair that are...
And I was thinking, well, is it humanoid? But then I'm like, I can't think... Because I thought of Jinx, and I'm like, that's not a king.
Nope.
That's a queen.
Because, yeah, I'm coming up nothing.
Should we use our hint?
Oh, we might need to, yeah.
I have no clue right now. I thought Tangela, and I'm like, no. Nope. That's not hair. That's not a king-like thing, and that doesn't have its evolution yet. No, I think we might want to use our hint.
Yeah.
Okay. So the hint is, this would make a lot more sense in my language because the hair mentioned is a singular hair.
Oh.
It's Politoed, isn't it?
Is that your final answer?
I don't know. Sublime.
I have no idea, so I'm okay with that.
It has 1 hair, and it uses a King's Rock to evolve, so...
Good catch, yeah. Hadn't thought about that angle.
Yep, Politoed is indeed correct. Good catch with the King's Rock. That's the hint I was hoping you would focus on. Honestly, I didn't realize this was so hard because I read curled hair and I thought, singular hair. And then I remembered, nope,
Yeah.
we're talking English. But you guys got it anyway. You are 3 for 3. You have used your hint and we can move on to question number 4. So, this is going to be your bonus point question. And since you are 3 for 3, I'm going to ask you to rock this quite hard. There are 9 possible answers to this question, 8 or 9, depending. I'm going to want you to tell me at least 3 answers for each point that you can get for this question. The question is, aside from baby Pokemon, which Pokemon require high friendship to evolve?
Okay.
So Eevee.
Yes.
I'm typing out our answers to keep track.
Chansey.
Yes.
Golbat.
Yes, that's 3 and that's 1 point.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Type Null.
Yes, that's 4.
Wow, you got a lot. I was like, Eevee.
Alolan Meowth. Is
Perfect, that's 5. Only 1 more for your second point.
I feel like Thatch had something. Oh no, it was Golbat on his Nuzlocke team the other night with a Soothe Bell, but it was a Nuzlocke, or it was the Golbat.
In the Nuzlocke.
Yeah. He has a Crobat now. He's not here to brag about it.
He does have a Servine, though, and I'll brag about that. I shouldn't, but I will.
Hey, he's almost to the ground gym where it might do something.
Yeah, exactly. There's a water gym in that game, too, so it's like, it'll pull its weight later. Calm down. It's fine.
Yes,
You're doing
yes.
fine.
Yeah, but you gotta raise it to that point.
But it's bulky enough to survive until there.
Yeah. And Leech Seed is great for all sorts of stuff. Anyway,
We do need one more.
we do need another one. All right. So we've got Eevee, Chansey, Golbat, Type Null, Alolan Meowth.
Is there anything in Gen 6? Since that's such a small generation?
That's what I'm trying to think about. Well, I think the only thing was the Eevee, but that's a different thing. That's like a whole other thing that they did not need to introduce that is complicated, and now you have to come up with some sort of thing for every generation going forward.
Oh.
Mess.
Oh, you know what it probably is? Or another one is? Swaddle's second form.
Oh, you're right. Swadloon. Because, Scolipede doesn't require that, but Swadloon does.
Yes.
That is an excellent job, and it does net you 2 points. So you are currently 5 for 4. The 2 that you missed were Baniri and Woobat.
Okay, I wasn't sure about Woobat.
Galarian, Woobat. Ugh.
I couldn't remember if it was friendship or like level 22.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. But yeah, you got both the points that were available for that answer, and you can move on to your last question, which, as usual, is a base stat question. And as Thatch has been doing lately, we are literally scraping the bottom of the barrel. And this week, we want to know what ground-type Pokemon has the lowest special defense.
Oh.
Oh no, that's hard.
It might be Diglett.
I think Diglett's only HP though.
Okay.
It could be Diglett. That's I
know it's a very high
to
speed.
believe it's Diglett.
It's like
Yeah,
speed
it's like
and then slight attack.
Super non-existent bulk. What about Geodude?
Could see that being a thing.
Because that's very lopsided.
If it's Diglett, then it would probably be a tie with a Alolan Diglett. So that doesn't seem likely of a choice. Geodude's possible.
What about Trapinch, actually? Trapinch has, like, non-existent stats except for its attack.
No, surprisingly, the Nuzlocke comes in handy again. We looked at its stats last night. It was like a 45 and everything that isn't attack and
Oh,
speed.
that's not bad. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's terrible, but, like, not the lowest.
Like, we were talking about whether it was
Not the lowest.
whether it was beneficial to go to Vibrava just for the typing, because it only gets 5 in everything except speed.
And then it loses its attack, doesn't it?
It loses 30 attack points to get 270
That's,
speed.
oh, yeah, that's a lot.
As wonderful as it is to recount Thatch's Nuzlocke, I think I'm gonna need you guys to come up with an answer really soon.
I don't think we're gonna have one. So maybe we should just go with Diglett?
Diglett or Geodude?
I'm okay with either of those.
I think I'd say Geodude just because I think it would be a tie with Diglett's.
Okay. Well, but there's two Geodudes, although I guess never mind. One of them's electric. Yeah, let's say Geodude, whatever.
All right. Geodude is unfortunately incorrect. You did catch the second place because Geodude has a base special defense of 30, but, and I knew this was gonna be real hard, that's something that's even worse and you would never guess. It's Wooper.
Huh. Wooper! How you gonna be that way about it, Wooper? You're supposed to be bulky when you evolve. What's up with that?
Exactly.
I always forget with Wooper whether it adds the ground type after it evolves, like Shellos does, so...
Oh, that's a very good point. I wouldn't have even assumed necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have assumed that Wooper was a ground type.
Yeah, I would have thought normal mono water.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, I had to check this myself as I was writing the question. But yeah, Wooper has a base set total, a base special defense of 25, so it's just under. And, well, I mean, you guys still got 5 points, which puts you both on the board, actually, because you weren't there before, if Thatch's trivia score is actually updated, as I think it is. And we can actually recite the score as it is now. I am in first place, which is embarrassing to say, with 9 points. I am followed by Shamu with 8. Tied for third, it's you guys, and Seth Vilo, and Jushiro. You all have 5 points. And bringing up the rear is Skron with 4. Everyone else is not on the board yet. So I think we can close the trivia here. Are you guys satisfied with your performance today?
Yeah, I am. It was a good performance.
Good. Then we can finally move on to the white duck in the room and move to the topic.
And we have another iTunes review. Welcome. I'm here today. So there you guys go. I might not be on the regular show, but I'm here. And because of that, I don't know if they've done this at this point of the editing process. But hi, Ryan. How's it going? We've got a new iTunes review, though, from Beatitro. And he says, yep, it's a podcast. 5 stars. And that is it. If you want to have your iTunes review read on the show, you can go ahead and just go review us over on iTunes, and we will get to it. We do read every single one of them for all of you at home. And we do take criticism. So you go ahead and take it on over to iTunes if you want to go ahead and talk about the show. I'm going to let you guys go on now to the topic.
And welcome to the topic. The topic today is going to be Sirfetch'd, of course, but also what Sirfetch'd implies about possible future Galarian evolutions. So apparently, Sirfetch'd does not evolve from Galarian Farfetch'd, or at least...
It is unclear right now.
Exactly, because it does say that a Farfetch'd that resides in the Galar region will evolve into Sirfetch'd once it has taken part in a certain number of battles.
Yeah, which is the same phrasing that they use for Lanoon of the Galarian region for Obstagoon. So... since we haven't seen the image of it yet, we don't know whether it's going to be a regional formed Farfetch'd or not.
Exactly, but it does not mention, Galarian Farfetch'd specifically. Whereas I think they did mention Galarian Zigzagoon?
Later on in the description, but it uses the same phrasing, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Until we see the doc,
it's very strange.
We will be suspecting of what they're hiding.
And if it does evolve from a regular Farfetch'd, this will be a Pokemon that loses both of its types for a new type aside from Eevee.
That is going to be very interesting.
There's Cubone, too.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Although that's, that's an interesting point.
It happens, but it's
another form.
It's strange circumstances, right?
Very. And it's weird because you're going from dual type to monotype instead of the opposite.
Yeah.
So is it faux gras or a faux pas?
Oh, that's good. I have a better one for you. So if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, we still don't know what it is. Well, anyway, so Thatch has mentioned before on the show that he's quite worried about the possibility that this evolution is going to stay confined to Sword and Shield if it evolves from regular Farfetch'd, much like...
Well, isn't that the case with Alolan Raichu, for example, already?
Exactly.
The 3 Alolans that don't have an Alolan form base form are a little concerning right now.
And they're good, too, is kind of disappointing.
Well,
Yes.
two of them are. One's a meme.
I mean, like, they're fun Pokemon. They're fun Pokemon. We like these Pokemon.
Yes, they are good designs.
Yes, they're very good designs. And I mean, they did find a way to give you regular Raichu and regular Marowak in the same game where they gave you the Alolan forms, but that was back when games had all of the Pokemon. So we don't know what's gonna happen now. Yeah. And I think that might be right to be worried, or might not, because honestly, even if they do keep like a segregated Pokédex, I can't see them doing it by any other way than by Pokédex number.
Yeah.
So wait, this is an evolution. It is going to have a different Pokédex number. Oh, this is so complicated.
Yeah. See, this is a very unique situation.
It is a very unique situation, but
Because it isn't Galarian, whatever. It's like a new one, but it's of an old Pokemon without... Yeah. We're in new territory. Yeah.
yeah, it's strange. It's a bit strange, but I guess we're gonna have to see how it works out. Like, if we get more cases of Galarian Zigzagoon, or if we get more cases of Sirfetch'd, it's gonna be interesting either way. But another thing I thought we could talk about with Sirfetch'd is, how do you think this guy is gonna do competitively? Like, is this the evolution Farfetch'd deserves, or the evolution Farfetch'd needs?
Neither.
Yeah. Being monotype is so sad.
It's so like, if it were flying fighting, that would be so much more exciting for me. Mono fighting, like, it makes sense that it would get the fighting type because it's becoming more of a knight. Like, I get it, that's cute, but mono fighting is not a very exciting or interesting type, and there's a lot more just fighting Pokemon out there than there are flying fighting Pokemon out there.
Yeah,
So I feel like it's a missed opportunity in terms of the typing, even if it makes sense.
it makes sense, but, you know, we finally got an evolution for Farfetch'd after, what is it, 23 years? And it's probably going to be as useless as Farfetch'd itself. It's a bit sad.
I mean, we'll see. We need to know the stats and all that, you know?
Yeah, it'll depend on the hidden ability. It looks like a fat boy, but
So, foie gras then.
More faux gras than faux pas.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking the typing is a faux pas, though, so.
yeah.
Probably.
The typing is disappointing. It does get a signature move, though.
Not a good one.
I mean, it'll kill something if it hits. It's just that you're left hanging afterwards.
Yeah.
Hyper beams are, well, giga impacts are never great.
No, they're not.
They're very specific situations where you want them.
I was going to say, unless you're shooting off a Z move from them, but oh, wait.
Yeah. I mean, adaptability hyper beam on Porygon Z is scary sometimes.
Yeah, I guess it's a good game finisher. Like, if there's something you really, really, really need to die, and you don't care what happens to Porygon afterwards.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this ducky got steadfast right now. Hopefully it has a good hidden ability. They tend to
Yeah.
do that with Pokemon that they give trash abilities to.
Most of them, yes, most of them. But another thing I was thinking about is this opens the door, right, for maybe old Pokemon to get an evolution in Galar with or without getting a Galarian form. And so we decided we should maybe mention a few Pokemon that really, really, really need it. Do you want to start off, Sublime? I know you have a list.
I do have a list. I think we all have lists. Justice for Seeking.
Oh,
Poor
yes.
Seeking. Seeking is already confirmed for Galar, also. It's in the Galar Dex, right? So it's like, it's already there. It's garbage. It's real bad. Let's give it an evolution. It could have like a really big collar with like how it has, the flowy stuff to refer to like British royalty. And it already had king in the name. I feel like it would be a good choice.
Maybe they'll give it a gender neutral name this time.
Yeah, sea royalty or something.
Or,
Not that, but you get the idea.
You mentioned the collar. They could give it more spikes and make it a water poison type based on a lionfish.
Love that.
Right? I mean, it's not
Potential.
exactly British because lionfish are tropical, but
Who cares?
I mean, they gave Maractus to Galar, and I don't really associate cacti with the British Isles either, so...
Such a fair point. But yeah, Seeking, I looked at Seeking myself and I thought, this was like, Goldeen was everywhere in the anime.
It's like a pretty Pokemon, I think, right? Like, the design is good, it's just bad. Let's give it something.
Yeah, it really needs it. Like, it's based on something that's extremely popular in Japan, like Koi, and they never did anything with it. What's with that? I totally agree with Seeking. Sigma, do you want to throw one out there?
Sure, let's go with Sunflora first, because Sunflora is something that's needed love for a long time.
Oh, it was born needing love.
Despite its 425 stat total.
That is so sad.
Its best stat is 105 in special attack, and then 85 in special defense.
I thought it was higher. I guess you just associate it with being higher because of its ability.
Yes. Doesn't it have solar power?
I would have thought it would be higher than it is. Yeah, it has solar power.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's its only one, but I know it gets solar power, and that's what you use it for. If you're forcing yourself to use it to begin with.
A direction I'd like to see it go is probably like Fire Grass, finally.
Ooh, that would be good.
Love that type. It makes sense because it's a sunflower.
Yes, it would be like the most legitimate user of Solar Beam ever.
Imagine giving it either Drought or Grassy Terrain as ability.
Oh,
Grassy Surge.
Grassy Surge would be, I mean, it would be a bit weird because it's not exactly like a Pokemon that's gonna be bulky and lasting a lot of time on the battlefield.
I mean, look at what happened to Pelipper.
Yeah, right?
Right? Like, you don't have to have good stats if you have a really powerful ability. And I think that's a great way to make it, or give new life to a Pokemon that even if it got an evolution, if the stats weren't amazing, if it had Grassy Surge, it'd still have a niche.
You could say it embodies the sun, and that's what makes the grassy terrain grow. It could work. Though Drought probably is just better. Just stab Solar Beam with no charge. Ooh.
Actually, it would get, if you give it a Fire Grass evolution and Drought, it would get Stab Solar Beam in the sun and Stab Fire moves in the sun.
Yes, exactly what it needs if they probably wouldn't adjust its speed much, so...
Yeah, exactly. And actually, you know what? Fire Grass is really good coverage.
It's better than grass.
Well, what isn't better than grass? I mean,
Does give you a Stealth Rock weakness, though.
Does it even get Sludge Bomb? Okay, it gets Sludge Bomb at least. But that's not good.
I mean, when the best thing you can do is spit a glob of poison at people, you're being sad.
You're winning the mirror.
It does get Earth Power, though. It does get Earth Power.
Huh.
So that's cool. I wouldn't know because Sunflora is absolute
Because
garbage.
why would you know?
Exactly. I think there was a time when it was decent in NU/PU, but I'm not even sure that's true.
I don't believe that.
I don't either. Maybe when they let weather be a thing, but even
Oh,
then,
yeah, probably.
yeah.
I still don't believe that.
Okay, guys, we should stop insulting poor Sunflora.
But you know what? We're
on.
insulting it because we want it to have something that would make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We feel it can be better than what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we stopped saying the ways it could be better like 2 minutes ago, and we've been dumping on poor Sunflora ever since.
Yeah, although it's interesting because with the example of Sunflora, that's a Pokemon that does evolve from a stone. So giving something like that an evolution on top of that, I think would be unprecedented. And I mean, there are no rules is the only rule anymore, right? So, I mean, why not? Maybe it does a stone and then another stone.
Yes, I mean, they do weird things. Like, when I was looking up friendship evolutions for the trivia, I realized that some of them are at the end, some of them are at the beginning of the evolution line. And, like, they made a baby Pokemon after all the other Pokemon, and they already had Chansey evolving into Blissey by friendship, so they had to make up another way for Happiny to evolve into Chansey. And, as you said, there are no rules anymore, so who knows?
Let's hear one of yours.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Ledian.
Oh, yes.
Ledian looks amazing. Again, based on a very popular thing in Japan, Super Sentai, or the Power Rangers, or that genre of shows, whatever you want to call it. And it's completely useless. It has really terrible stats. It's tiny. It doesn't do anything. But it looks so cool. I wanted to get something.
You'd think it would have a physical attack stat, but I'm pretty sure it's like less than 50.
It's all special defense, I think.
It's special defense and speed.
Yeah,
but it's not doing anything with the speed.
And you know what? Ariados got a glow up when it was used in Gen 7. Like, I think got an attack boost, right? Because, like, you have a prominent trainer using it, right?
Yeah, they wanted Guzma to use it.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, they gave it some love. So, you know, you gotta give Ledian some love, too.
Yeah, but Ledian needs a lot more polish to make it something.
Yes.
Like, it needs huge power. That's where it's at.
Oh, yes.
That would do it. That would do it.
I mean, you'd still need a little more
Actually,
attack.
I don't even know if it would. I actually don't know that it would.
What's a Zoomeral's attack?
No, it would. 50?
50.
Yeah.
But
Ledian's
Ledian-
like 35.
Yes.
Oh my
Ledian has
gosh.
35, so you needed to evolve and then to have huge power. I think that I thought would be curious, though. As I said, it's based on a very Japanese thing. So how do you make a Galarian version of that? What would be the UK equivalent of Super Sentai? Please don't say the Teletubbies.
Maybe something like Doctor Who. I don't know.
Well, yeah, actually, like, yeah, it doesn't have the same energy, but it is the same kind of cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
I am now picturing Ledian inside a blue box, and I'm a happy camper.
There you go. I like the idea of Ledian also because, as we already know, we're getting Galarian, like, Zigzagoon. It's like, okay, we've got, like, our Rattata clone that we just adapted. There's always, like, a bug clone, right? Like your Caterpies and Weedles. Instead of making a new one, what if we breathed new life into some old ones? One of mine that we don't have to discuss anymore, but one of the ones I was going to suggest was Cricketune for that exact, like, role.
Yeah. It's another one. It's at least a little closer to usable. A little bit.
Yes.
It has Sword Stance and an attack stat that can be used. And attacks that
And I was thinking, what if you gave it Dark type because Bug Dark isn't used yet, and they love throwing Dark types at things. That's the thing to do.
Oh, guys. It's a musician, a conductor. You make it dark type. You make it the Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, that would be... Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, guys, we're really good. Game Freak, hire us.
You should, yeah. Anyway.
Goodness. Let's do another round. Sublime.
Yeah. Something that doesn't evolve, kind of like a Farfetch'd situation. What about Stantler?
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
I feel like I was trying to think of things that could be turned more British, and I thought like Stantler could do that.
There's a good list of things from Gen 2 that just sit there and do nothing.
Yep, that's true. Gen 2's got a lot of stuff you could throw some
Honestly,
bones at.
my entire list is Gen 2, and there's a good reason for it.
I have quite a lot of Gen 2 as well. But, you know, it gets a lot of psychic moves by level up, so why not normal psychic?
That would be nice.
I like that. And what about the design? Like, more deer, more reindeer?
More eyes on the
horse?
antlers. More eyes.
Let's make it golden. Let's make it a golden deer.
Ooh.
You could make it a golden deer. Yes, I suppose. Or you could make it like, a deer that's being ridden by some fairy. Some fake creature.
Yeah.
That could work.
Since we're not going to get Xerneas probably, let's make it like pseudo-Xerneas.
Yeah.
Fairy deer.
Yeah, let's give it geomancy while we're at it. It's fine.
Why not? You know what? Something should have it.
Doesn't need to increase the stats of the Galarian form at all. Or the Galarian evolution. It can be the scissor of Galarian evolutions. But, give it that geomancy and it'll see use.
Psychic fairy. Just like, you know what, Gardevoir? You got enough love. Let's give something else.
Down with the Mr. Mime.
Oh, no. What gosh, Mr. Mime.
I would actually love to see a Galarian Mr. Mime.
Oh, no. No, there would never be a Galarian Mr. Mime. During the 100-Year War, all the mimes were confined to France. And, that was a really bad history joke. Anyway.
Isn't Mr. Mime exclusive to France in Pokemon Go, though?
No. It's the entirety of Europe, but it's an eternally long joke that British people, especially the English and French people, do not get along. So
you got that War of the Roses. We should do
Sigma, do you want to have another one?
Sure, I'll go along the same line as Sublime went with a Gen 2 Pokemon that should evolve that doesn't have an evolution. Even though we've seen it already, since we don't know whether Farfetch'd is Galarian or not, we can talk about Qwilfish. Poor thing.
A lot of people have suggested Qwilfish, I feel like.
That's because it probably deserves one, and if you look at the data mine for the Space World demo from 1997, or Pokemon Gold, there was a Qwilfish evolution in there.
Yes.
So you could go off of that with like an electric typing for it. Maybe lose the water typing and go electric poison. That could be fun.
That would be very, very
We do need an
interesting.
electric poison.
Mm-hmm.
But it needs to be an ant.
No, it doesn't. We have fire ants to go for first.
Old Puckle jokes take precedence over everything.
I've wanted Durant to be like a fire type variant, so it could be a fire ant for a long time.
That would be so cool. The ones that have been caught on fire by Heatmore but didn't die.
That suddenly...
It was a change to adapt, you know?
Yeah, they've got flash fire now. That's what they're doing.
Adapted.
Oh, so they become like those red ants that like have a really spicy bite.
Mm-hmm.
I like that actually. But yeah, it really needs it. And it's such a cool, unique Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they never did anything with it. And now it actually has like a decent move pool. If they gave it an evolution with good stats, it could get somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets lots of spike stuff, so...
Yeah, it's not like you'd have to be too worried about an Eevee like Qwilfish either. Like 85, 55 for defenses with 65 HP. Sure, whatever. They can run Eevee.
Yeah.
Right.
It wouldn't be like, it wouldn't break the game or anything.
No, it's not like a Porygon 2. Or a Chansey.
No, exactly.
That's faux gras.
Well, I have to bring up my baby myself. I know I've mentioned that it's perfect as it is, but I would really like to use it sometimes. Dunsparce.
I feel like everyone's rooting for Dunsparce.
Yeah, that was the one I saw come out popular after the Farfetch'd was shown. It's like, oh good, that means S.H.I.E.L.D. must be getting Dunsparce as its thing.
Oh.
Yeah, like a ghost type, because fighting type is the exclusive gym leader for Sword. So.
Oh no. Well, I just guess if it happens, I'll have to.
You can trade it over, it's fine.
But I want to use it on my playthrough.
Raids exist too.
You can trade it over during your playthrough, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, there is no way everyone else is not going to be way ahead of me in the game, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be a problem. But yeah, Dunsparce is, just the plainest thing you can ever think of stat-wise. It's like 100 HP, 70 attack,
That's
70
good.
defense.
Nope.
65 special attack, 65 special
We're getting
defense.
worse. We're getting worse.
45 speed.
Jeez. Doesn't it have some really good abilities, too?
Serene Grace.
Serene Grace, hello!
It gets Glare, it gets Serene Grace, and it gets Rock Slide. But now that Paralysis only halves your speed, you can't use that gimmick anymore.
You're not outspeeding anymore.
Exactly. So they took away the one thing that Dunsparce could kinda sort of do.
It gets Coil. That's a good attack.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and you know what else gets Coil? Superior in your Nuzlocke.
You know what? Dunsparce is based on the Tsushinoki, which is a ground snake in Japanese legend. And what if you do make it, have an evolution that's a dragon, a ground dragon, baby Zygarde, because Zygarde is gone.
I mean, there's been a lot of ground dragons, but they might not be in this one, so why not?
No, we have Flygon. It's fine.
Yeah, oh, that's true. You already got one.
He needs to be overshadowed again. It's okay.
Oh, good point. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? If we're giving it an evolution, it might have a different niche.
Maybe.
Maybe it gets really fast. Flygon's not that fast. It's just 100.
Flygon is barely fast enough.
100 is fast in our new meta. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what else is in there.
We judge things by a Charizard speed.
Let's give it 101 speed and make Flygon second best as always.
Garchomp is no longer our speed measuring stick. It's like, oh, it's 102? It's faster than 102? It's fast. If it's slower than 102, Garchomp beats
Nope.
it. Now it's
Pretty
Charizard. Now that's Charizard benchmark. It's fine.
I don't know.
What typing would we give it? Just Dragon Ground?
I feel like it should be
just
ground.
because of lore.
Because I hear everyone was saying, oh, it'll be the shield, so then they're talking about Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost I've heard. Dragon's the one that gets tossed around.
Dragon Ghost could be cool, because the only thing you've got is Giratina.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that
I'd
would be
love
cool.
that. I would really love that, because it's supposed to be, something you can't find.
Farfetch'd is losing everything, so yeah.
Yeah, at this point, as you said, all the rules have gone out of the window.
The only rule is there are no rules.
As long as something's better than Flygon, that's the only rule.
Always have to have something that outshines Flygon.
Please, don't make me cry for my poor Flygon baby.
Actually, that's rule number 2. Rule number 1 is Pikachu is in the game. We can't have Gen 5 happen again.
It was in Gen 5, wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
Nope.
It wasn't. It was in Black 2 White 2, though, was it?
No.
It wasn't in Black 2 White 2?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, you can still transfer it.
That's got to be like rule number 1 at the Game Freak headquarters.
Pikachu is transferable.
Pikachu is in the game. It is our mascot.
Yeah.
It needs to be here.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if at Game Freak someone was still convinced that the only reason Gen 5 didn't sell as well as the others is because Pikachu wasn't in it.
Whimsicott, what's another one you're thinking?
I think I'm gonna close it at Dunsparce actually, because the other one that I would want to mention is Lantern, and I don't want Seth Vilo to come for my life.
See, I was going to say Delcatty, but I don't have much to say other than give it a signature move that just removes typings from all the Pokemon.
Ooh.
That'd be cool. They could do that now without even needing anything.
Yeah. But I mean, fix Delcatty too. It's really bad Pokemon.
That's true, also.
They gave it normalized. Stall exists, but it's one of like the worst abilities you can put on a Pokemon.
Yeah, honestly, why would they even think of doing that?
Why did
Poor
they
thing.
create that ability?
I don't know. I guess someone was in a bad mood that day? I don't know. Someone really didn't like cats?
Normal type Thunderwave was cute, and then they made Electrics immune to paralysis anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Period. That's funny. Although you'd still get ground types.
You can still get like your Landorus if somehow a Delcatty was staring down a Landorus, but it doesn't even outspeed Lando, so what does that matter?
I'm sorry, the mental image is just the poor cat.
Nothing like 65, 65, 55, 55 for your offense.
Oh my goodness.
It's so bad.
No, I think we need to close the topic here before poor Delcatty decides that life is too tough and it doesn't want to exist anymore.
It probably, we don't know that it will, so maybe it doesn't have to.
Oh no, poor thing. Okay, that is just way too bleak. We need to move on to the Pokemon of the episode.
Well, school's coming up, kids. If you want some cool new swag for, I don't know, back to school season, you can go over to the Puckle Public Store and you can go and grab any kind of designs, whether it just be the Puckle logo so you can represent me and the company that all these people are working for, or maybe you just want something cool like a Pokemon like Dragonite kanji shirt. It's fantastic. We got everything over there. If not, maybe you want a throw pillow to throw in your apartment if you're going to college. Just some cool artwork to put on your wall. You can just go grab some of the Puckle staff pictures that Basket put up. They're great. I suggest it. Everything you can buy there helps us out in any single way that you can possibly do it. It's a great way to support the show and get something in return. So please go do it. And I will catch you guys on the flip-flop.
The episode.
And welcome to the Pokemon of the episode. The Pokemon of the episode today is Shiinotic, Pokédex number 756, the Illuminating Pokemon.
It puts its prey to sleep and siphons off their vitality through the tips of its arms. If one of its kind is weakened, it helps by sending it vitality.
Ooh, so it leeches life, and then it gives you life, and it looks really creepy but really cute while doing it.
How illuminating.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. So fun. So, Sigma found us a team, including Shiinotic. It's unfortunately a PU team, because Shiinotic really stinks.
It is not the best grass fairy out there, or second best grass fairy. So, it's...
Is it even the third?
No. No, exactly. I mean, obviously the top is Whimsicott.
Sure, obviously. Yeah.
It doesn't even come close to doing the same things as the other two grass berries.
And you've got Tapu Bulu, and then there's this one.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, let's do this. So, this team has Shiinotic. Hold tight, guys, because it's pretty wild. It has the ability Effect Spore. It has a modest nature. It's holding Choice Specs. It has 92 HP, 252 special attack, 164 speed, which Sigma tells me needs to outspeed non-invested base 50 speed Pokemon, like, I don't know, Regirock. And its moveset is Moonblast, fine. Giga Drain, fine. Hidden Power Fire, also fine. And Spore. Yes, we're running Specs Spore, guys.
Yep. It was the one thing that came up in Smogon's how to run this Pokemon thing. And, well, technically you could run Sludge Bomb instead, but Spore was the first option, so that's the one we got.
Imagine having Spore and not using it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
It has Strength Sap, and it's not using that, but
that's because Vileplume does it better.
Yeah.
Arguably,
well,
I mean,
it's not in PU, though.
Exactly.
It was banned from NU because it was too good. Poor thing.
Oh my goodness, these mushroom Pokemon. Anyway, Shiinotic is, trying to kill stuff, put stuff to sleep that it can't kill, and it's switching into him. So you're gonna put it to sleep, you're gonna switch out, and you're gonna let someone else take care of the problem. And since your problem is probably going to be momentum, because you're running Specs Spore, your best friend is going to be a Alolan Persian, holding a Darkinium Z with Fur Coat, max special attack, max speed, a Teamy Nature, Nasty Blood, Dark Pulse, Parting Shot for that Z Parting Shot goodness, and Thunderbolt. Of course, you can also use Darkinium Z to, just blast something out of the water once you've Nasty Plotted, and you use it off Dark Pulse, but I think Z Parting Shot is probably, the niftiest trick this Pokemon can pull off.
Yeah, both have uses.
Exactly. So, do you want to keep the team going, Sigma?
Sure. Next up, we have our main hazard setter with Qwilfish, and it's a Rocky Helmet. It has the ability to Intimidate, which means it takes very little physical damage. Its EV spread is max HP, max speed, 4 defense, Timid Nature, Spikes, Scald, Taunt, and Toxic Spikes. Gonna put up all the spikes.
It's gonna be as annoying as humanly possible. Good job, Qwilfish.
It is a fun switch in. It has nice resistances. Water poison's
yes.
typing.
Yes.
Next up on the team is a Alolan Sandslash with some leftovers and the ability Slush Rush, even though that matters not most of the time. But neither does Snowcloak, so who cares? Its EV spread is max HP, 208 special defense, and 48 speed. That 48 speed is... It's Careful Nature too, by the way. But that 48 speed is to outspeed the Scarf Aurorus in the hail.
Brought by the Aurorus itself.
Yes.
Which is quad weak to steel. And this isn't carrying steel coverage.
But it's not running steel attack.
Never mind.
Exactly.
It's
not running Iron Head.
Yeah, it can Earthquake. It's fine. Yeah,
this is one of the most absurd sets I've ever seen.
This is our rock setter. It's got Rapid Spin to clear out hazards, Icicle Crash, and Earthquake for coverage.
Well, Sublime, do you want to take us
Sure.
on?
So those last 4 Pokemon all invested in speed, and these last 2 said, nah, fam, it's all about the bulk. So we got Girder with Eviolite, because, it can do that. It does it well. Running Guts, because this, it's very that. Bulk, swole. Got some guts. 252 HP, 44 attack, and 212 defense. So lots of bulk, adamant nature, and you got everything on the Girder. You got recovery with the Drain Punch. You got the priority with the Mach Punch. You got the utility with another knockoff, and then you got the bulk up because you're gonna skip leg day. You're gonna do your arms on the Girder because you got to bulk up. That gives you a setup mod in addition to the nasty plot, so that's always good. And it's good because it has the longevity thanks to Drain Punch. And then bringing us home is another pivot with Electros holding an assault vest. I don't know what I was saying there. It's got Levitate, of course, 252 HP, 252 special attack, 4 special defense. And the thing about Electros is it can go mixed, and it's doing that here. We've got Volt Switch for the momentum. We got the Giga Drain, a little bit of recovery and coverage. We got the Flamethrower for that fire coverage that isn't HP fire. And then you got Knockoff.
Welcome to PU where there aren't fire types.
And what's really nice about Electros is it's a slow pivot, and it's a bulky slow pivot. So you can get stuff in safely.
With no weaknesses too, so...
Yep.
It's amazing. So... This team is, it's a PQ team. But if you want to try it out, Thatch is going to distribute a shiny Shiinotic to our Patreons sometimes in the future, as soon as he's caught up with the other Pokemon. He's almost there. So it's getting there, boys. It's getting there.
It's a very autumn-looking Pokemon.
Shiny Shiinotic, yeah.
It's like an orangish, yellowish color.
It's got browns and greens and orange, yellows.
Yeah.
It has all the colors of autumn.
Yeah.
Which is perfect because this weekend is when summer shifts into autumn, which is one of the reasons we picked Shiinotic. If you can think of another reason we picked Shiinotic with the way it looks and the way it acts, and think about the day we're recording this show, it's a Friday, just some bonus content for you. I think with that, we can finally move on to the last and some say best section of the show, the mailbag.
It's mail time! It's time for the mailbag! Send in your emails!
And welcome to the mailbag, which, as always, is brought to you by Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves.
That was awesome, guys. So, this is the segment of the show where we read the emails that our listeners very kindly sent in. We usually have a question of the week that was asked in the previous podcast. You can answer that. You cannot answer that. You can write us whatever you want at puclpodcast@gmail.com, and we will probably read your email on the show. If we like your email and your email generates enough discussion, we will award you the Green Tauros badge, which gives you a special role in our Discord server, which is a really, really pretty color, so everyone should want that. Now, since we're recording on a Friday, instead of during the weekend as usual, there's only one email in our mailbag, and so I thought, let's plump this up. There was a question of the week last week, and it was, where do you guys want to see the anime go? So I thought I would ask my fellow co-hosts, where do you guys want to see the anime go? Sublime, you're first.
You know what? There's just no more rules about anything, so I think we should break all the anime rules too. Let's have a new protagonist. I'd like to see something more black-whitish with an older protagonist a bit. I feel like people have grown up with this franchise, and maybe we should see the anime grow up with them as well. Ash already won his championship. Let's see something new.
I would love that. What about you, Sigma?
Yeah, I honestly don't care if Ash stays or not. It's weird to say, but it's like I'm okay with moving on past Ash at this point.
Yeah. Have y'all seen that meme? Where it's like, after 22 years, he has the championship. He's 10 years old with 22 years of experience. He's what every employer wants.
Oh no, that is too good. Oh my goodness. Well, I actually moved past Ash 18 years ago. So
Give me May. Give me an older protagonist that we could go back to. That'd be good.
That would be nice as well.
Yeah.
Well, we've answered the question ourselves, and we should move on to the one listeners who managed to get an email in before our deadline this week, because we moved the deadline. We're bad people.
We didn't warn people. That was the real issue.
What? We can read maybe we'll read their topics next week, or the responses from next week. If they get
Sure,
them in.
we can make commitments for the people who aren't here.
I would love
Fine
that.
by me.
Exactly.
Maybe.
You're really bad people. Really bad
Maybe.
people.
It might happen, we're saying.
No promises. Okay. Our email this week is from Retro Typhlosion, and he says, "Hello, Puckle people. It's me, Retro Typhlosion. I've emailed you guys before with this email, but under a different username, so you might recognize this email address. Maybe. Now it's gonna drive us crazy trying to figure out who this person is. Anyway, while I don't have an answer for last week's question, I do have some speculation to be made about new features in Sword and Shield. Specifically, about the distinction between fan-favorite Pokemon and competitively broken Pokemon. Oh, I'm already liking where this guy is going.
I'm excited.
I personally think that the reason that they cut the decks partially due to an imbalance is the competitive scene. Is, as much as I hate to admit it, completely valid.
That's why they put Aegislash in.
This was written before we knew.
Yes.
That argument just gets less and less credibility the more stuff gets revealed, I feel like.
I mean, to be fair, it can't Dynamax well, unless they change how its ability works.
However, I think that if Pokemon chooses to cut too many fan favorites, the game's sales will be impacted. Or, at the least, many fans will be greatly disappointed. But where do we draw the line?
I mean, that's what happened with Black and White. Like, that's exactly what happened with Black and White. They cut too many Pokemon and people got upset.
Exactly. Okay, so...
And it didn't sell as well, so yeah.
This guy's like a prophet. So, take Aegislash, for instance. It's very popular and something I would call a fan-favorite Pokemon. And heck, it's Pokemon Sword and Shield after all. But it is completely overpowered competitively. Or, consider Mimikyu. It's currently dominating Battlespot singles and is confirmed in Sword and Shield. I imagine that it is included due to its popularity. However, it too is a little too good competitively. Alternatively, look at previous starters. Every starter is, in some way, a fan favorite. Well, maybe not Chikorita. How dare you!
Oh my god, you don't say that.
Not too much.
Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not beloved.
You missed the part of the news where Pokemon Masters added Chikorita, so...
Oh, that's right. There's an event.
That's how forgettable Chikorita is. Just gonna skate past that.
Well, partially because you got Snivy, why would you need Chikorita?
You got Snivy, you got Trico, it's fine.
Yeah. Snivy holding that game down.
I feel like all of you and this listener are dumping on me because remember that one time I took the Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon test and it came out that I was Chikorita and literally every single person that I knew, including my boyfriend who doesn't know what a Chikorita is, said, yeah, that is absolutely you.
Oh my god, that's so awful.
I mean, it is...
Only because Whimsicott probably wasn't an option, you know? You can't take it too personally.
Yeah, but literally, when you look at your boyfriend of many, many years, and you put him in front of all the option, and you ask him, so which one do you think I came out as? And he says, the zucchini thing. You know, you really feel it. Anyway.
I mean... Johto was built against Chikorita.
That's true, because all the stuff it'd be good against was in a previous gym.
This is true. That's why Bulbasaur's easy mode.
Man.
And Chikorita's like super hard.
Man. Anyway, so every starter is in some way a fan favorite, especially Chikorita, but there are definitely a few that are too good competitively. Look at Greninja. Sure, Ash Greninja is definitely out, but base Greninja is still fairly dominant competitively. Or, for a better example, take a look at Incineroar. It was a total beast in VGC 19, and that's not understating it. It was a boss. I can't see them bringing Incineroar in, at least in its current state. What's my opinion? Some things have to be nerfed. They can't exclude some starters and keep others. Welcome to Mega
Watch
Evolution.
they can. And I expect
Watch
them
them.
Welcome to
It's true.
Mega Evolution Part 2. Now it's even worse.
No, it's just survival.
Exactly, especially for poor Chikorita.
I mean,
Don't tell them what they can't do. They'll do whatever.
But
it's not a Piplup.
oh, gosh. Oh, well, at least I like people. Anyway, but they can't bring in certain Pokemon as they currently are, or the whole argument of a balanced dex goes out the window.
Already has.
Already has. They're bringing in Ferrothorn and Toxapex. And Aegislash
now.
And Aegislash. Like, literally, it's over.
Let's just take the pretense away.
Yes. Either there will be nerfs, fan favorites will be thrown out, or the Pokédex will not be balanced after all.
It won't be.
It will never be. I guess I would prefer nerfs over anything else, but I dislike every option. What do you think?
I mean, otherwise it's like power creep where Starmie was good for the longest time and then it just kind of dropped.
One thing I really did like is instead of maybe nerfing everything, I really loved when they gave a lot of older Pokemon some base stat boosts. And I wish they'd do that more often.
Mm-hmm. Not that most of them actually mattered.
True, but if they gave more and they could have given like maybe a bit more of a boost overall, that would address power creep.
They gave Farfetch'd 30 attack.
30 attack. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. He says, sorry about the lengthy email. Feel free to skip over some. Oh, no, it was all very good.
No, it was lovely.
I love your...
And we don't have any other options either, so it really worked out.
Exactly. I love your podcast. Keep up the good work. Retro Typhlosion. So...
Keep it retro.
First of all, this guy gets the Green Taurus badge so hard. And not just because he's the only one. This is a great email.
Yeah,
except for the part about Chikorita.
Oh no, that was the best part.
I hate you guys.
It was a moment of note. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway,
There's no Snivy.
So yeah, I do think that like the balance was never an option that was really on the table.
It was weird that they tried to cite that as one of the
No,
reasons,
let's not act
though.
like that was what it was. We all know that's never what it was.
Exactly.
No.
I do appreciate that since most of the stuff they're apparently cutting out are legendaries, we will probably not see a certain mustache.
Watch Landorus be included. I think that would be the ultimate troll move.
I specifically did not mention it by name, Sublime!
Watch it happen!
Oh no! Why did you have to Voldemort it into existence?
No. Bring back the Terrakion metagame, where Terrakion was king.
Yeah.
The days before the
Terracotta. Y'all remember
Terracotta, exactly. I'm gonna punch my friend Terrakion really, really hard. Okay, not really, but now my friend Terrakion is really strong.
This is fun. No, most sub-legends that aren't like the Tapus, the Heatran, Cresselia, Regigigas would be fine, but whatever. Or the Genies, I think, would be fine to be in Sun and Moon and not oppressive.
Yeah, I mean, Zapdos was fine, but not too fine for a very long time. Like, something like Zapdos, I would be okay with getting.
You know what? I think
doggies.
They might just nerf a lot of stuff, too, just because they do every generation. Remember when Gengar lost Levitate?
Ooh, yes, that was
Those were
bad.
sad times.
Remember Gengar lost Levitate? So it's not like they haven't done that even before, like, the National Dex thing.
Exactly.
So I see no reason why that won't continue to be the case, that they'll make adjustments every generation.
Yeah,
regardless of if there's a National Dex or not.
Like, presumably, you could remove Fake Out from Incineroar.
Or you could just change its hidden ability, right? Like,
that works, too. Like, one of those.
The only reason it's as good as it is because it has both of those things.
Yeah, and U-turn. But U-turn's fine. Like, U-turn plus one of those.
It's the fact that it had all, like, it's the combination, right? If you take one thing out, it would fall dramatically.
It was like the perfect storm of a Pokemon to enter a meta. It's like,
Yeah.
The other thing is just, you could introduce a Pokemon that just hard counters it, like typing wise.
Immune to Fake Out, immune to Intimidate, a special attacking, like Fake Out immune. Yeah, something weird like that, you know.
I think the thing is, they do try to nerf stuff by introducing stuff that counters it. Like, after, Talonflame took the Gen 6 metagame by storm.
They just nerfed it. That's a great example of them nerfing something, right? Like,
exactly.
They destroyed Parental Bond, and then they destroyed Gale Wings.
Yeah.
So.
They should bring back Gale Wings to its former glory.
It would be fine, probably, but...
It would be fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong in this world now.
Maybe.
Like, it would be fine.
Maybe, because they also introduced a lot of stuff that took care of priority moves, you know?
I guess maybe it wouldn't be fine, because there's no way they'd let Tapu Lele into Galar, right?
You know what? The Galar Dex is just gonna be like Aegislash, Lando, Tapu Lele.
Anything broken. They'll bring back Magearna again, too.
Why not? It's kind of British. I feel like it'd be very fitting. I can absolutely see Magearna in this.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, balance. That's what they did it for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I think we should stop here because there's a lot more that we could say about the balance, quote unquote, in the next Pokemon games, but until we have them, we should be quiet about it. At least a little bit.
Greninja's probably coming back too.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we have Hogwarts box and Paladin grass chipmunk thing.
Yeah.
So, Greninja's just the necessary evil to come with them.
And France is right around the corner too, so...
Yeah.
Well...
It'll be every single star will make it in except for Chikorita.
If that happens, I swear, if that happens...
That just means that there's a Let's Go Gold and Silver coming.
No, it's gonna be Let's Go Totodile and Let's Go Cyndaquil.
Why am I laughing? You guys are being so mean to me. Please, let's stop. I'm gonna try to do Thatch's spiel. I'm gonna fail at it, and everybody's gonna be very understanding about it. If you like the show and you wanna have more Puckle goodness in your life, first of all, join our Discord server. You can find the link in the show notes. It's where all of this goes down. Our tournaments, our chats, our events, our distributions, and you can hang out with these cool people who hate on me all the time for being Chikorita.
We love you so much. It's fine.
Yeah. But Chikorita, though.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know. You can also find us and interact with us on pretty much all social media. We're Puckle Podcast pretty much everywhere you can think of.
Except Twitch. There we're the Puckle Podcast because we lost the old one.
Yeah, there was a thing. There was a thing that happened. But yeah, he mentioned Twitch. Twitch currently has a Nuzlocke going, and it's really cool. And we're doing Black and White 2, where there's no Pikachu, but it's still an amazing game.
But there is a Snivy line, so it's okay.
Exactly. And the Snivy and is currently a Servine. It's named
Sublime. It's named after...
It is. The chat named it.
It's really the best thing ever. You can't miss it. But if you do miss it, you can find it on our YouTube because we're also there and we try to put out a few videos every week. So,
and we need the viewing time. So go ahead and watch it on YouTube.
I mean, if you do wanna like put the Nuzlocke on repeat on your YouTube, Thatch is gonna love you forever and might offer you, I don't know, a taco the next time he sees you.
I'll say I've been watching it on the YouTube because now that I've moved to the West Coast, the time difference has made it really hard to watch it when it streams.
I could see that, yeah. And we're getting them out in a reasonable time.
Yeah. Catch up on the YouTube, watch it on the live stream when you get to.
Exactly.
He has Eviolite now. Spoilers. Things aren't going to die for a while.
Well, that would have been so good on Golbat, but it evolved.
Oh well. Now it's a Skronzax, so it's all good. If all of these hangout possibilities are still not enough for you and you want some cool swag, or you love us so much that you want to help us out monetarily, you have two ways of achieving both of those goals. You can go to our TeePublic store, where you can find, I don't know, logos for our leagues. You can find my face, Sublime's face. It's a whole thing. It's a whole production that Basket did. We literally have shirts with our faces on it.
You can have mugs with my face on it. You can have throw pillows with my face on it. You could decorate your whole house with me and Whimsicott if you wanted.
Yes, and you should.
And you know what? I have a house to decorate. I might do that.
You should. We look amazing. We're pretty. We're cute.
Especially if you're Gen 5 fans.
Yeah.
They have Gen 5 favorite Pokemon, so they're on the designs with you. So.
Exactly. Or if you like grass types. Or if you just generally like...
We're all grass types, actually.
Exactly.
I've got Cradily.
You have Cradily. So, actually, you know what? Get the three of us on, tapestries, shirts, whatever. It's the whole grass type shebang trio. We're
grass gang. We the grass gang, y'all.
Yes.
Yep.
But Chikorita can't come.
No.
I hate you. Anyway, the very last thing you can do for us, but maybe should not be the last thing, is join our Patreon. You get to have the badges from our summer league. You get to have the shiny Pokemon distribution. You get to help us out. You get to hang out with us in a special Discord channel.
I think you also get live streams, or you get
Live shows, yeah.
Exactly. You get access to a special live show where you might actually be the protagonist along with Thatch. So what could be better than that? Chikorita.
I was going to say something like not Chikorita.
I beat you to it.
Yeah, you can take that one. That's fine.
I win. Okay, guys. I think we've messed around for long enough. I think we're going to have to say goodbye. So, I am the Fluffiest Whimsicott.
I'm Sublime.
I'm R Sigma.
And here in the Lavender Tower Radio Tower, even without Thatch, it's closing time.
That's what they said to Chikorita when it came to the National Dex.
I'm putting this in as a blooper at the end of the episode, just so you know.
It's closing time in Lavender Town. Time to say our goodbye.